two, one. There we go.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Masterwork Adventures. We are continuing our, our story into Gestaltia. Let's see. So, last, if you've been following this storyline, our adventurers have entered uh, um, a a new world where they have been brought together to kind of seek fame and glory. They are attempting to try to register themselves as an adventuring guild. They need to, in the last episode, they needed to uh, seek some sort of refuge in water because one of their companions is like needs to consistently submerge themselves in water in order to remain healthy. Uh, um, Tass and Catherine had to get their characters to a bathhouse so that Dean was able to submerge himself in water in order to dive. They went to one of the best places to find that was called the Steamy Salamander, where the group had spent a night of relaxation, and they of them had gotten in contact with the salamander that actually um, heats up the pools. Actually, really tranquil, as a few of them had put together uh, an amazing uh, lullaby for the salamander, of a beautiful song. And I think, who was it?
Terry.
Eric. Yeah, Terry. It was Terry who had constructed a music box out of Uz
Ozanor.
Uzanor.
Uzanor. I just keep wanting to call you Uzo. I don't know why. Like I just but it constructed a music box out of Uzanor's uh and given it to the salamander. The night went by really awesome until the check came. Uh we Celise and Dean had gorged themselves on every delight that the had to offer. Deep tissue massages with the finest oils into their baths. They had eaten the finest food that was available, and before they knew it, now they had racked up one heck of a bill. I believe that um, I believe one character might have been the one who said that it was going to be his treat tonight, and we had last left him as a hefty bill had been placed into his lap. So, well, no, actually, you were retiring to your quarters for that night as they had left Bill for the day.
Yes, and I would like to go speak with the proprietor of this establishment.
Um, so it's a once again another gnome that was there. One of the younger gnomes that was kind of sent with you uh, to that kind of escorted you all around. Looks up and he's like, oh, sir, I'm very very sorry. Is there something wrong with the bill?
No, your services have been fantastic. I would just like to say that the exchange rate is not what I had anticipated in this town, and I am a little short on the necessary funds to pay this fair bill. I was just unfamiliar of the exorbitant exchange rate in this town.
Oh no. Oh no 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 no. You don't have the money. You don't don't have the money to pay?
Well, I do not have the money, but perhaps we can come to another arrangement.
Oh no, and you see him become distraught. He's like, yes, right away. I will bring you to um I will God, what would a title be of the head spa master?
The spa master.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds right.
That sounds good enough. I
The
will
sauna
bring you
sultan.
to the spa master's office right away. You must speak to him about this as soon as you can.
We'll lead the way.
And he's like, he kind of takes you down the hall and brings you to a small wooden door and kind of knocks it, gently. Um, when he opens the door, the gnome that you had seen from before is sitting at a desk and just getting like kind of like just picking up a phone at this point, and you see you kind of catch him at the last little bit. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll have your money. You can come collect it right now." Hangs up the phone and looks at you, and it's like, my finest customers. Please come in. What can I do for you?
Um, well, you see, so is it a gnome? Another gnome?
Yes, there's another gnome. I don't know if you had caught his name last time. His name is Gummy.
Gummy, you have a fine establishment here, and I just have a problem with the bill. Now, it's nothing a problem with your services or the rates that you charge. You just must understand that I did not come prepared for the exchange rates. I have the coin, just not on me.
Oh, so you see him kind of like like try to keep him composed a little bit. He's like, so, but I mean, okay, but you do have the means to pay, right? I mean, sure. So I'm assuming you're new to town.
Uh, yes, and we find ourselves in quite a predicament, me and my compatriots. We have come to this city of our own volition, but without means to leave. And I was separated from my great vast fortune of coin that I would use to pay you. And unfortunately, I have no way to get home. But I'm sure I can provide other services. I mean, I entertained your salamander, and I'm an
Just
entertainer of
back,
all
get back,
creatures.
get back home. No, you can't get back home. You needed to have brought everything you needed here. Like
Well, I
that.
thought that I did. I didn't know that a bath would cost 87,000 gold. Well, my 87,000 gold. It's 3 gold here, but I
So
just wasn't aware the exchange rate was so insane.
oh no, but you made it seem as if you had, as if you were quite capable of paying at the beginning. I'm pretty sure
And
you
I'm going
wanted
to
it.
pay the 48,768 gold bill with my Chuck E. Cheese dollars, or whatever you want
Yeah,
to call them.
Exaggerated
so I
about
mean, so
something.
you put it, so you put, I mean, a whole bunch of coins on there. He kind of looks through. He's like, oh no, this is nowhere near enough. Oh no, he's on his way. Oh, he is on his way to collect his money right.
Who is he? Perhaps I could. I'm very persuasive and have a way with words. Maybe I could put in a good word for you.
Well, let me get his name down here. Mm, um, he kind of kind of looks over. He's like, well, the you. He's like, and he's just kind of like falling, like just like sitting down. He's like, I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. My gambling debts had gotten out a little bit out of control, and when you came in and were trying to show off to your friends, I assumed that you were my ticket out of all of this. And coming here, and he's going to be demanding his money. I just told him I
That sounds like a you problem and less of a me problem. What can I do to smooth this over? Would you like me to speak with what is his name again?
they call him Shepherd.
The shepherd. Okay. Yes. Allow me to run interference, and we can. I'll make something happen. Don't you worry. What could go wrong?
No, you don't understand. He's coming. If he doesn't get his money, it's already been too late. He's gonna take the whole. He's gonna take the whole establishment from me, and it's within his legal right to be able to do so. Oh no, I never should have gotten in with him. He's had his eyes on Sally for so long now.
Would it be safe to say that your quarry, the shepherd, is a gambling man?
Um. Uh. Um. Oh, definitely. He's one of he's one of the biggest bees in the area. He runs a lot of bets on the arena, on races, on pretty much anything in this district. If you're trying to gamble money, you're going through Shepherd.
Excellent. Don't worry, I have this under control.
I mean,
I will go prepare for his arrival. Let me know when he is here.
okay. Sure thing.
And I'm gonna go.
Give me a persuasion check on that.
Oh, I'm very good at persuasion. I got a 30. I rolled a 19.
Oh shit.
Don't you see? I'm very persuasive.
I mean, he's willing to put his whole stuff in your hands. Yeah, I mean, he
Oh,
okay.
Fabulous. Right, I'm going to go get dressed and then just have a small conversation with Celise and Dean and Terry and everyone and kind of gather them in my room, and we've got to get the fuck out of here. You don't understand.
But it's so nice.
This crazed maniac mafia boss is coming to kill us all. We must escape. Somehow he knows that we're here, and he is coming to murder us all. We've got to go.
It's a mafia.
Oh dear.
I can't even talk to anybody in this town.
I know it's completely insane.
Fight them. I never run away from a fight.
I have one question. Can anyone disguise themselves?
Yeah.
But I need to disguise myself.
So, Dean, or I'm sorry, Terry, I got word that he was after you specifically, so maybe you disguise yourself as me, and I will disguise myself as you, and we can switch places, and I will take the fall for you.
Maybe he's mad about what happened earlier today.
Dragon.
The dragon, yeah.
After
That's
us?
exactly what it is. Yes, the dragon is named the Shepherd, I have heard.
Dragon named Shepherd. I knew I shouldn't have joined parties with a racist.
I'm not one to run from someone looking for a fight? What is this man's problem with me? Just
Um,
arrived.
I'm not exactly sure. He's changed forms and he's he uses the name of the shepherd. He's coming here. That's all I know.
This whole world is upside down, I tell you. I have had the most difficult time
Dragons can
making
change
friends
forms.
since I've
Maybe
been
it's
here.
after you because he's a dragon that killed your family.
They are crafty like that. They do know how to shapeshift. Yes,
Did you stay
excellent
and
point.
fight him? This is your big battle. This is your vengeance. Why would you
Yeah.
run?
Yes. I knew today was going to be a good day. Trials and tribulations abound, but at the end of the day, I shall get my revenge. Yes, and you all will stay and
Right,
fight
this
by my side,
is
yes?
very fortuitous. You've brought us
Oh.
very good news.
Yes, we are. We'll stand shoulder to shoulder on the cliff of justice as we rain down our blows against the enemies.
I don't know how just we are. He has done some not so accepting things, but sure.
Yes, and we parted ways, and now he's coming to kill us all.
Is it the dragon he met here, or is it the dragon that killed his family? Now I'm confused. Explain it to me again.
The information is limited. I was just slipped a small nugget of information that I've used my genius intellect to extrapolate into this creature, this shepherd. Is a dragon in disguise, and I do not know if it's the same dragon that he insulted earlier today in the market, or the one that killed his family, or a brand new one that has gotten word of the famous dragon killer that has come to Gestaltia. It's possible.
That is me. I mean, it matters not. If it's a dragon looking for a fight, I'm ready to go. But
Oh, a dragon, huh? A dragon looking for a
I
fight.
just wonder,
Yep.
wow, how did he? It is peculiar. I wonder how he found out we were here. We were just having a good time. Well, no matter.
Followed. I knew I didn't trust this town.
Yes. Keen eyes you all have. Good. It's good that I have you at my side. Sometimes in my old age, my vision fails me.
So I'm gonna watch from the sideline and judge you accordingly.
Well,
Just
Okay.
this is your fight. This is
Well-
not mine.
Excuse me. Oh, all right. Well, I will not ask anyone to.
dragons are devious creatures and must be cleansed from the realm. I will help you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Where
Okay.
does Littlefoot stand on any of this?
I like dragons. They seem cool. I'll see what he does.
With me, Littlefoot.
Oh no!
Me
I
and
want to hit him.
use the company.
Now, so I have a plan. So I had a conversation with the owner of the establishment, and he's going to come inform me when the shepherd appears. So maybe you could lie in wait, and I will come out and I will have a conversation with the shepherd, and then when I give the signal, that's when we strike.
Does the owner of a spa know about his feud with Dragonkind? And if this dragon can disguise himself, how would I imagine he's a lot stronger than whoever this owner is?
The owner of this establishment has a tenuous relationship with the shepherd. I believe the shepherd is part owner of this fine establishment and is coming to strong arm his way into the rest of the business.
So the shepherd is not coming for us.
I believe he's it's two birds with one stone, if you will, situation.
That is just like a dragon, greedy. He has a piece of the pie. He wants the whole thing. There's no end.
It's all coming together. I mean, this is a great plan.
Okay, I like all of it except for the hiding. I will not hide from this He will meet me out in the open.
Well, stand behind me and allow me to do the talking and to draw the attention of the creature, and lull it into a false sense of security, and then you can strike. You not be hiding. We would be using subterfuge. How does that sound?
Okay, but be very careful. They're extremely crafty.
I will be on my toes.
It's a brilliant plan. Brilliant. All of this. Good. It's great. Okay, so so your plan is to, all right. All right. Now,
I don't have a plan.
so
I'm just
out of
over for the
character,
kids to work out in our favor.
so out of character, you guys are gonna wait for this guy to show up and then attack him.
Me and Dean are
I'm
just
kidding.
sitting in a corner watching because Lisa's not convinced of this situation.
I'm
Not
not necessarily
yet.
gonna jump him. I'm just gonna be there. If he's like, if like combat starts, I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not like hiding behind the counter because the counter's really big, or not. It's a gnome-sized counter. I can't.
Yeah, Lisa and Dean are just sitting here and Lisa's sipping tea.
Okay. Gummy and his staff are kind of waiting in their kind of and I mean, I guess one of their like halls, has lots of tables and such around it. It's a I guess kind of like a dining room type setup. A small bar within their establishment. And there he's getting kind of nervous, like sitting there and and waiting for Shepard to show up. He's kind of looking over at you and he's like, so I see that you decided to bring your friends along. Like, are they? Do they have the coin that you need?
The coin is no matter. We will have words with the shepherd and smooth everything out. Don't you worry. That's the only coin that he has. Just ignore it.
He kind of looks over at you. He's like, he's only got one coin. He's got one coin.
It's a big one though. It's
It's
big. He likes them big.
So, as you guys are kind of sitting around, Celise is over there drinking her tea with Dean. I'm assuming Littlefoot is trying to be incognito behind a gnome bar, like acting like he's working at it or something. Got like a just like, like moving around, but
not really incognito. I'm acting like I'm working. Just chilling, just standing there, not looking intimidating. Just kind of like
okay. All right.
those cow eyes, just staring forward.
At the same table with Gummy and his two acquaintances would be you two, both.
I'm going to be standing.
You'll be standing there with him, and
like kind of like with one hand tucked behind my back, and the other one like across my chest, in like a very formal, judicial, standing. Just kind of like waiting for him to come.
Okay, so you're all right. Okay, all right. And Terry.
Yeah, I'm just kind of there with Argos, and I'm just talking to him and telling him, okay, Argos, this is the day we've been waiting for, where we can finally feel at peace, and we can maybe start focusing on trying to get you your body back, okay? But we can't do that until this dragon is laid to rest. So prepare for battle, be quick and sure-footed, and we will win the day.
And like at that point, like the like Gummy kind of like his ears kind of perk up and he looks over like kind of slowly turns his head looking at Uzunori. He's like battle, and the door opens up and in it's and in walks a large ogre with a huge scar running down his eye. He has on these large pants with suspenders holding them up and whatnot, and he kind of, his jaw jutting out, and he looks around the room, he sees everybody, and he kind of just like saunters on in, and then behind him, uh, steps to this uh, um, what appears to be a dragonborn with a large, wide-brimmed hat, kind of down over his eyes, and kind of you kind of can't see where he's looking, and he's got two swords on his side, and he's kind of got both hands around as he kind of like walks in and goes off to the side. Several more really rough looking people in the room, and they're just all kind of looking around.
You look at this one, Arcos. He's not even trying to be a disguise. A dragonborn, really? Clever dragon. Oh, come on. Look like an elf or something. Just sad. Poor play.
Okay.
Welcome, gentlemen. My name is Uzanorth Dilrin, and I am happy.
I gotta get my charger.
All right, I'm going to lightning bolt. Well, the DM's away. Lightning bolt and fireball and
Meteor storm.
meteor storm. Yes, they're all dead, Johnny.
My plane ships back home.
Don't even.
Bye.
He freeze for anyone else? He seemed real enthusiastic about that. Alrighty.
Bet you $20 his battery died.
Oh god.
Yeah, his laptop died as soon as he got back.
Right.
Give him a minute or two, and if that doesn't work, we'll go into break, I guess. Unless he messaged in the Discord.
Is it shown online?
Yeah, he's online.
Again, if his laptop just died, though.
If it, yeah, it might just have gone to sleep. So it wouldn't have closed out Discord. Oh, there it goes. Hello?
Hello?
You hear us?
Do you know Discord is open still?
Oh, Johnny boy, we're staring at your forehead.
And the amount of times that I've been in a work call and somebody doesn't know their camera is on.
Speak!
You there?
Oh.
Okay, there it is.
All right. There you go. Hello?
Hey, hello.
Yes,
Are you?
I can hear you.
All right. Were y'all able to hear me the whole time?
No,
Yeah.
you said all right, and then you froze, and then when you came back, you could see your camera, but you weren't talking, so I don't know if we could hear you or not.
Oh no, okay, yeah. No. As soon as I plugged in, it dropped. Like just the like the whole computer just shut down. All right. Okay. So the several really rough looking characters kind of all like walk in, and um in saunters a dwarf holding with a bowler hat on and holding a cane, kind of twirling it around a little bit, and he walks in. He's like, "Well, hello. Well, Gummy, my old friend. So I hear you have something for me." Gummy gets kind of nervous, and he's like, well, actually, so I was gonna pay you. I really was. But and he gets cut off by Shepard. He's like, but nothing now, Gummy. You had told me that you were going to have my money for me today. Now you entered an agreement with me, and you've already been pretty late on your payments. I've been most generous with you.
I will interject at this point and say, when Gummy contacted you, he was under the assumption that I could pay my bill, and unfortunately, I cannot. So, your quarry happens to be with me, but let us be assured that I can pay off any debt that I have accumulated. Just not today. I'm sure we can come to some other arrangement.
I'm gonna roll a perception check
All right.
on,
Okay.
on just how much I'm tracking Uzanor's story, or if I'm just seething with anger.
Okay. All right. So, like, why are you so angry?
Because the
it's-
dragon's here,
Because
obviously, that I need to kill.
The
Oh,
That
dragon could kill his family.
that's a 9. So I think I'm like hearing it in the back of my mind, but I'm just like looking at these guys like one of them, maybe all of them are dragon. And I'm just like comparing their clothing, like that guy's kind of dressed in all red dress. And this one's all in blue. Okay. I'm seeing what the pattern here.
It's- um. So he kind of stops and he turns and looks at you. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. If we're entering into, if you're to be taking over his debt, then I probably should be introducing myself and getting your name in return. Uh, uh, they call me Shepherd around these parts. I'm
It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Uzanor Thilrin, Bard
so
and
did
Mage
I
of the
understand
Nectar.
correctly when you said that you would be that you are the one with my money?
Uh, See, we're treading a fine line here between miscommunication and just downright misunderstanding. What I inferred was that me and Gummy entered into a verbal agreement for me to pay through services at this fine establishment. Um, I was not aware of the exchange rate in this town, being a newcomer, and I cannot pay my debt to Gummy. And I understand that he called you and told you that he had whatever debt that he owed to you. But I am assuring you that whatever misunderstanding there was, that I can smooth out any wrinkles that you may have in whatever agreement we come to.
Well, it sounds to me like Gummy entered himself into another bad deal here, which has been known to do. Now, Gummy, what have I told you about making sure that you get your money? Well, my money to be more precise. And you see Gummy kind of like getting a little unsettled. He said, "But just that's I'm not like you, Shepherd. I can't just." And he's like, no, can't. That's a rather definitive word here. Let me put this into terms that you might more easily understand. And he takes and he kind of reaches into his pocket. And he drops a small light hammer on the table. Now, are you going to get my money, Gummy, or am I going to have to wring it out of you? And you see him kind of looking down at the hammer, and then he looks.
No,
He looks at
Shepard. We
you.
don't have to get physical. Just understand that whatever money that I owe Gummy and that Gummy owes you, we can get, and that we can be of service to compensate any misgivings that may have occurred between when he lets you know we have the money and we don't. So just be assured that I am here to offer any services that can help you.
It's like, sir, okay. So you think that you might be able to work off a debt? Well, now that's an interesting thought there. But if you look around, I have many of fine employees that are at my behest. I don't.
I don't
Okay,
mean to interject, but these constitute as fine employees.
and he kind of looks around. He looks at him. He's like the finest.
Um, can I make like a insight check to like pick out like the weak one? Like that guy favors his left knee and has obviously been injured. That one is blind in his right eye. Like something like
Okay.
that.
All right. Yeah. Give me. Okay. So you want to size up your opponents? Let's see. So give me a good. Give me a perception check. Let's see.
Perception. I rolled a 16, 21.
21. Um. You can. I mean, you can definitely see that these are they are very well trained muscles. Um. They But like as for the weakest of them, um, well, the weakest might be one of the little goblins. I mean,
Yes.
you're comparing between looking at like the ogre, a dragonborn. You see a couple of humans in there. Um, you don't see any other doors, but there is a rather small statured goblin off to the side. Like he definitely looks. I mean, out of all of them, he definitely looks the weakest. You know, you've seen goblins before.
Yes, the finest, obviously. Um, it is my understanding that you are a gambling man. Is that correct?
It's like okay. I've been known to make a few wagers. What's your game?
Um, Now, hear me out. Obviously, you own obviously a portion of this fine establishment in lieu of the payments you are being owed. Now, What about this? You pick one of me or my compatriots against one of your men. You may decide. And if we win, his debt is paid. If you win, you get the salamander.
Well, I already have the salamander.
Nah, not technically.
He goes, not technically. And he pulls out a piece of paper and he rolls it out on the thing. He says, "You see this seal right here? This is an official seal saying that if I do receive my payment in time, I do own the salamander. So
You are forgetting Article D, subsection C, subclause F, which allows 2 weeks of extended leave when emotional distress. And obviously, you can see that you have imparted emotional distress upon the proprietor of this establishment. Ergo, 2 weeks must be applied to the payment.
Okay, let's get it. Let's get a bluff on that. Let's get it. That's
Yeah, it
okay.
makes sense, doesn't it? Hey, I didn't think of that one.
Oh, goddamn, I rolled a 4. I got a 15.
Well, I've remained within that clause. He's already at the 2 weeks of his first person of emotional distress. He can't weasel out of it anymore. So let me ask you again: what reason would I have to risk to risk my establishment on a silly on a silly little brawl? But I do like the cut of your jib. I like where you're going with this. If if you've got enough guts to say that you think that one of yours could stand against one of mine, there's a chance that I might be actually able to find some use for that. You think you all have what it takes to has what it takes to win a fight?
Well, now it really depends upon the location of the battle, the enemy at hand. But
Eat your
I'm
men up and spit out their bones.
He
could
kind
not
of
have said it better
do
myself.
Do we have to?
He looks over to you and he just like touches his chest. He's like, well, what have we here? He kind of like walks on over to you. He's like, so are you involved with this group here?
Him. Let's get that straight. I also barely know what's going on here, but it sounds like he racked up a couple services and, like all men, over exaggerated his ability to satisfy something as simple as a bill.
Now, you are overstating my understanding of the situation. I didn't understand the exchange rate. I didn't carry the one. I apologize.
You know, he kind of looks over, looks at you, and he's like, yeah, I think you probably hit the nail right on the head there, lass.
Like most men, you seem to think that your scary looking guys standing in the corner could stand up to somebody of my status. And that's the kind of challenge that I just can't sit here and listen to. Plus, I'm bored with this. And I've had my spa day, and my friend Dean has had their soak. I'd like to come back here. I don't particularly like you, but the gnomes are nice. So I'm not really a fan of you owning this place, actually.
It's like, well, there's something about you. I like you, but I'm sorry to say that there's my hands are tied. If he can't provide me with the payment, I'm simply going to have to take this assets in lieu of it.
That would be a dire mistake.
And
And I'm gonna use my words of terror.
your
So
what?
if I've been speaking to him for a minute, I can attempt to seed paranoia into his mind. At the end of the conversation, the target must succeed on the wisdom saving throw or be frightened of you for the next hour. If
What
it
are you
succeeds,
using on him?
my words of terror. I'm a whisper bard.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So if you succeed, what happens now?
He's frightened of me for an hour.
Well, shit. Okay. I mean, you've been talking with him for a little bit of time. Okay. So what has happened? He has to make a saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save on that. What's the DC on that?
I think it's 13. Let me look. Uzanor, DC, spells. 15.
Um.
And if he succeeds, he is not aware of it.
Well, see, okay, all right, but see, so you actually haven't really been intimidating him in any way. You've been
It,
trying
it,
to.
it doesn't have to be
To him.
intimidating. I just have to talk to him.
Okay, all right. Well, but he definitely is. He definitely might be getting a little bit scared of Celise right now. I think your words of terror did through. Um, he doesn't like the way she's looking at him. He doesn't like the way that any of this is playing out. He's used to being to being the ones doing the intimidating. Now you guys are just a little bit too calm in here. Um, he's frightened. Um, so he kind of like starts to like like he backs up a little bit. And he's like, now look here. This is a completely legal move here. You guys have no right to intervene like this. And he's backing up. He's like, I would be, and like he's just slowly backing up as he's talking. You guys like I would be totally within my rights to defend this claim with force.
He's scared to fight.
Yeah, well, yes, obviously you instill confidence in your men and obviously lead with a dignified aura of courage and duty. Now, if you wish to stand and fight, you may do so. If you wish to leave, you may do so as well.
Um,
Fight.
Why are you a dwarf?
there's you know what there's you know what he kind of looks he turns he looks at Gummy. He's like your friends aren't gonna be here forever. This isn't over. I'm gonna be back. This spa will be mine. He kind of snaps his fingers and motions for his people to head out. Turns and he walks out the door and he's like, you guys are gonna regret this. Shouldn't have come here. You shouldn't have stuck your nose where it doesn't belong.
We tried to be more than acclimating. You were the one that we're not willing to negotiate. Everything is negotiable.
And so he goes on ahead and he walks out and a few of the people are kind of like, they're walking on they're sauntering on out and as the goes to go out. He goes to shut the door, and he shuts the door and just pulls it right off the hinges and just drops it on the ground.
Thank you. We were looking to have that renovated.
Hey, that guy didn't smell like a dragon.
You can smell dragons?
I got a nose, and I also.
I have to
Dog,
say,
it's
I'm
fine.
quite
Don't worry
confused.
about that.
Yeah, like you were like ready for a fight, and none of like.
It was very disappointing. That was almost as disappointing as my second, third last betrothed.
You get around a lot.
Sad. No one's made it past the formal betrothal. They all die in a fight.
Some salty tales. I would love to hear the details of.
Well, the way it works where I'm from, especially for somebody in my position, is suitors come and they challenge me to a duel, and I kill them because men are weak.
That sounds like
Have you ever let one of these challengers leave with their lives? I'm sorry you broke up.
Is that not how they do it where you're from, High Elf?
Let's just say we are more free with our desires in my homeland.
Just completely cut out
Desire
on me. I
to
missed all
find
that.
somebody formidable enough to at least be able to draw.
Was one of them a dragon? I was really confused by all that. You were talking a lot about money.
Yes, of course. There was one was a
Where the
dragon.
money thing comes
Dragon-
from.
dragons
Fighting
like
the
money.
dragon.
Liar, Terry. Did you miss that part?
I couldn't really follow the money talk. Like they were just like, oh, this, that. I don't know. I had just fire in my head at the time. And then like the conversation really didn't go the way I thought it was, which was like, I hear you're a dragon and you have a problem with my friend. That's what I thought was going to happen. And now we come to blows. And I would pull out my lance and we would stab him, and we'd be heroes of the day for these poor gnomes.
Terry, can I be entirely honest with you?
Yes.
That is how dragons operate. They lull you into a false sense of security. And now it's called reverse sense of security. I'm lulling him into a reverse sense of security so that when the opportune moment comes, we strike.
I've never tried this tactic on a dragon.
That was a good opportunity, yeah.
Yeah. We knew they were coming.
No, but now, and I'm going to like whip my hand and summon my owl familiar. And I'm going to whisper in its ear to follow them and let it outside and have it go follow
Oh, I could have done that.
the shepherds.
You needed a bird. Why didn't you say so?
Can you turn into a bird, Littlefoot?
I don't know. I could try.
Ooh, that does sound exciting.
This is why, first of all, now you've created a problem with somebody we did not need to have.
No, we all had a problem. I couldn't pay the tab. I merely tried to arrange a scenario that would work out in our favor, and it blew up in my face. I honestly expected Terry to murder the dragon. Maybe I could have instigated it more, but I laid this plan into action, and then I chickened out. I couldn't go through with it. Jerry, you are noble, and I couldn't continue this route.
Okay. Oh, you know what I think we should do is we should tail them.
That was my thoughts exactly.
Yes.
And then we go into their establishment while they sleep, and we convince them, in a manner of speaking.
No. Well,
talk to them while they're asleep.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very sportive. No, I just wanted to catch them in the act and see them drop their dragon disguise, and then I'd say, "Aha! I caught you, dragon, and now I will kill you."
Yeah, as I was saying, that guy, he didn't seem really dragon-like. He seemed really dwarfy.
No, completely understand me. I have a feel for the arcane and the ways of the
Ogre,
dragon.
not a dwarf, wasn't he?
You know, the ogre was the bodyguard. The dwarf was the shepherd.
Oh, hmm.
But when I say dwarf, I mean dragon in disguise.
You're gonna slip. I mean, like if Harry's paying any attention at any of this, he done slipped up like 8 times.
Hello?
Um,
I think I'm starting to put this together.
Yeah.
Well, yes. What I just don't understand is are you broke?
well,
Like,
no, I have
He's broke.
almost 900,000 gold, but the exchange rate is not what I had anticipated, and I'm broke.
oh, well, why didn't you just say that? You shouldn't. You didn't need to do all this. We could have shared the burden. I mean,
That's
I'm
Well,
broke
uh,
too.
no, and then this bumbling idiot saw that I was showing off in front of you and decided to call in his gambling debt before he had the money in hand.
And so, like, Gummy is over there, and he's just like looking at you guys in complete horror. He's like, "What have you done? Like, what?"
What have you done? These are your gambling debts that we have taken on to aid you because you have such a fine establishment. We could have just left. You would have been murdered. And then you wouldn't have your salamander.
You
I
came
The
in here.
problem with that at all.
You told me you could that money wasn't an issue. You would pay for all of the guests.
That was a lie. Obviously.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Doesn't your salamander has like mountains of gold in his pond? Like he gave us some gold. Like just go get his gold in his pond.
Wait, are you telling this man to rob somebody?
No, well,
It's like taking a horse's gold. It's your fucking horse.
yeah,
Hey,
like
Sally's not a horse.
Well, it's an intelligent creature that can be owned. A horse cannot speak, but a salamander can. How is there any fucking difference?
well,
Horses
not
can
to
talk.
rob Sally. I mean, I just think that Sally works here. Just see if she'll share some of her.
It is Sally's
Yeah, just ask
hard-earned
her.
money. From what I heard from Dean, that is a very nice salamander.
I enjoyed her company as well. I liked Sally. She's a very nice
So why are you
salamander.
trying to get her robbed?
Well, then just go ask her.
She works for the establishment. That is her payment, and I'm sure that she would be willing to enter into an agreement for a part ownership. And it's a salamander. What does it need gold for?
If okay, well, first off, most of
Frog who needs gold.
Very true.
so let's see.
I forgot about that part.
What's that? No. So the like the gold and stuff that Sally has down there, she had given you a huge chunk of it. Like you already
Right.
she already gave you most of what so she definitely didn't have much more gold than that. I mean she was collecting some, but there's no way she has enough to pay off the debts for all this.
All right, I'm starting to think that there's no
Like
dragon.
that, I
involved
think
here.
he should just have his fingers cut off like everybody else who tries to gamble.
Listen,
That's just it. He's not here for that. But worse than any of it, he's not here for he doesn't want me. He doesn't even want this building. He wants Sally.
oh well, Sally's a free salamander.
What does he want Sally
Well, in a
for?
sense.
Yeah, why does he? What's to heat a bathhouse? Why?
I have no idea what he's wanted her for, but many of times he's made it He's made it his intention that Sally that Sally is his true goal here.
And you just
He
signed
he,
her
he,
away.
he said, well, no, you signed her away when you lied to me. I could have tried something else. I could have done anything else to save her. I could have gotten we could have done something else until I didn't have to call him and tell him to come down and collect his money until but then you showed up saying saying that you could pay your bills.
Okay, well, there is a bill to be
technically,
paid.
I never claimed that I could pay it. You never. The menu has no price. How am I supposed to know what? There's
Listen.
nothing on the menu that
Oh.
indicates there's no tab. Normally at a hotel stay, you enter the hotel, you rack up a shitload of charges, and then you get the bill at the end.
Yeah, that's true. You should be careful. People could complain about that.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have overindulged here. What is the price to be paid?
Oh,
not go.
it's right here.
What is the price?
You're
565,000 gold.
Look over his shoulder. Oh, that's like.
let's see. You're looking at about 5,000 gold.
5,000. Okay.
No. Completely understand. I have. Let me check my 867,000 gold, but from my home plane, which equates to 27 gold, 5 silver here. So you can understand why I'm apprehensive.
Okay. I don't feel comfortable without a debt being paid. How do we make that money? Oh gosh, what have we gotten into?
I say we just go kill the shepherd. He's a
But
loan shark, a underhanded
somebody.
individual, and let me be perfectly honest. I need to establish a foothold in the underworld of this city, and what a better way to start than killing a loan shark and taking all of his loans on?
what? What?
I don't need to do that though.
Well, so now you see,
I was
we've
with you on
kind
the first part of that plan, maybe.
But now think of it. What a better way to root out evil in the city than by grabbing a hold of the underbelly and
yes,
working it from the inside. And also, you guys have no choice. The shepherd has all encountered you with me. He assumes that we are all part of a troop.
No,
And if he is coming after me, he's coming after us all.
I mean, I've got.
But to be fair, Littlefoot didn't really say much there, so he probably doesn't.
He was in the room. He was guilty by association.
Are technically registered together at the guild.
That's another good point. Yep.
Ha! Guilt by association. Fantastic.
That's fucking.
In a better way. I'm all about just killing people, but he's barely even worth my time.
Well, we have a saying where I come from: to not judge a book by its cover. You do not know what type of steel this man wields.
That doesn't make much sense. So, isn't the point of the cover of the book to tell you about what's inside of it?
You understand how a book is worded? The title of the book is like 4 words. The entirety of the book is like 1 billion words.
Yeah, you want to leave a level of mystery, you know. I mean,
yeah, that still should be like a primer, you know. It gives you an idea of what's in the.
Yeah, you catch their attention, but you don't want to tell the whole story. Then why read the book? We're getting off topic.
Exactly. No, we are exactly on topic now.
All right.
So I vote we track him, the shepherd, murder him, and take over his inventory. Does anyone have a better idea? I'm all ears to fantastic.
Kill him under the only condition that he starts a fight with me. Okay, 2 conditions. 3 conditions. He starts a fight with me. He starts a fight with Dean. Or he wants Sally for malicious intent.
Well, I think we've already come to that conclusion.
No, we haven't.
So Gummy kind of sits there and he's like counting on his fingers. He's like, but don't you also try to kill? Don't you kill people that try to get with you?
You smaller creature. That's exactly true. Yes, that as well.
Okay. Just saying, it seems like you might kill people for a lot of reasons. And
Rules are rules. They aren't made to be broken.
No.
So, Littlefoot, where are you falling in any of this?
I'll watch and see what happens. I'm probably not going to kill him in his sleep. Doesn't seem very nice.
I never said in his sleep. We would obviously rouse him to have a conversation.
No, I will stroll up to his house and let him know and look him in the eyes as I do it.
I feel like that's you pushing some sort of fetish thing onto him. I think we should just ask him why he wants Sally instead of you killing people all the time.
Oh, that's what I mean. We have to ask first, find out validate the reason. If it's malicious, I will kill him. If it's not,
it's kind of subjective, though. We can't just say like.
Gummy, if we were to find another heat source for your establishment, now this is all a hypothetical scenario. Find an alternate heat source, exchange the salamander for you owning the bar still, while finding an alternate heat source. Would that be agreeable to you?
Are you planning to give Sally to the
No, merely terms of last resort. I'm just brainstorming.
It's like, well, Sally kind of is the main attraction for this. People prefer to know that. I mean, people come here because the water is heated by a salamander.
Well, perhaps Sally could go into hibernation, and you put up a wall, and then we install a fire elemental generator or something like that.
That's a kind of a brilliant idea.
That's all I have is brilliant ideas.
Listen, why don't we just try to find 5,000 gold? Can we just pay our bill?
I believe we've kind of crossed that threshold at this point. I don't believe money is going to get us out of this conundrum. Am I right in assuming that, Gummy? What is your feel for this shepherd?
Money is exactly get out of this situation.
That's what he wants, right? How would you
around here aside from gambling?
Yeah, how would you get 5,000 gold? Given any means. Well, fair.
I don't know. Maybe Lord here and showering them with all of the food that I can in order to have them pay their bill.
I have an idea. We joined a guild. Why don't we do an adventuring thing? We get money, we give him the money, and then we take Sally.
Now, I do believe we are all under the assumption that the timeline for this payment is rather short.
Fast.
Hypothetical scenario. Let's say we go on this adventure, we claim the gold, we come back, and the salamander is gone. Gummy is obviously dead, tortured, and hung out to die. As an example, in the front of the this establishment, and then the shepherd is of a position of power because now he has all the money income from the spa, and then he has situated himself to corner the market in the seedy underbelly of the city, and then we have nowhere to go. We must live in the sewers like sewer rats because of his iron grip on the city.
You talked a lot. I didn't really hear a lot of what you said there, if I'm being perfectly honest. That was really
I get that a lot.
That's
dizzying,
he's
isn't
very
it?
scared.
I, I, I will attempt to slow down and use less vernacular to acquiesce your below average intelligence.
The adventure.
Yeah,
I-
see, I think if we just do that, I go usually if I've ever been to a dungeon, it only takes me a few minutes. And I'm like, well, it's like falling asleep and waking up, and then I have the money.
That's not how time works at all.
Yeah.
All right. Let us take a simple vote. Option A: go to the shepherd's place and do some casing, have a conversation with him about the shepherd, or about the salamander, or go to the guild, make money, hope it's in time to save Gummy's life and not have our entire lives ruined. Option A.
I feel bad to start to raise my hand and realize it's not my plan.
And option B.
I mean,
I mean,
it's
What was option B? You said option A and then voted for yours immediately. In the percentage.
Shut up, Naughty!
Option B was the adventure.
Yeah. Does anyone have an ulterior plan?
Some faster way than an adventure to make money around here. This is
listen,
the land of dreams, as everybody keeps telling me.
I've
We
never
go to
done
the
it,
shepherd
but
and rob him blind.
I knew this guy, and what he did was he had like a small thing, and then he traded a person for a slightly larger thing, and then he traded that for a slightly larger thing, and then he got a whole bunch of money. I don't think it works here; it'd take too much time. But I think we could do that one day.
I literally got dumber
But-
listening to that sentence.
Sure.
It's called trading up.
Yeah.
mm,
One day.
no, ma'am, no.
I think that's a brilliant idea. Oh, she's got a high pitched one, doesn't she?
Give her a popsicle and tell her to go see your mom.
She wants a razor. She wants to grab my razor.
Oh God!
Can't have She
Such
cannot
a
have it.
horrible parent. Just give it to her.
Yeah, God. Okay, hey,
I'm sorry.
y'all going
She's
ahead.
gonna
Let's take
do
a
great
quick break.
things when she's older.
Okay, we're going on break. Alrighty.
All right.
3, 2.
All right, guys, we'll be right back.
All right, you're good. 2, 1.
Motherfucker, I said, give me a second to finish.
You said go ahead. You just said go ahead.
Ah, welcome back. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's see here. God, I don't even know what the plan was after that. Like, actually,
We don't have a
There was
plan.
one.
I'm just saying, my ears are finally now adjusting to some quiet. Like, I mean, like for a little bit, there was just
I
non
mean,
noise coming out of Jason's monitors.
I suppose it would behoove us to at least do some reconnaissance on this guy to see if he's going to be a problem or not.
I agree.
I feel very dirty saying that.
It's okay. If it turns out that he's not up to anything, you can just yell out that we're outside. That way you won't feel bad about sneaking around.
Little
Okay.
footnote. That's
Why not?
not how that works.
No, I mean, you can do it. It's really
You
easy. You just yell.
could. Yeah.
So, at this point, you hear someone say, "I don't think it's a good idea for you guys to be poking your nose around Shepard too much."
Look around.
Somebody with
Scientists?
advice.
You all like look around and kind of like there's a person kind of sitting in the room. They look almost like they've been sitting at one of the tables the whole time. They've
Okay.
cloak pulled up around them as they're sitting there and smoking on a pipe, and you see
Okay.
a little plume come out from underneath.
Yes, that is his breath. It spews smoke. This is obviously the dragon the whole time. Oh my goodness.
He just has one problem.
One problem. There's one problem.
Lung problem.
Lung problem. Well, it's a humanoid. They have. I mean, they kind of take and pull their hood back. You see a color here. Bright green hair, in long locks, and uh, dark sun skin. There is the figures, appearance, there is an elf in front of you, kind of sitting at the table, and he's pipe and looking at you. He's like, you definitely don't want to start putting a tail on Badger, not on Badger, on Shepherd. He has eyes all over this area of the city. He would notice right away.
Okay. Well, you seem to know a bit about him. Is this shepherd somebody that would be is he a bad guy? Is he bad?
Oh,
Guy shark.
I mean, I guess bad would be a relative term, but yes, he is definitely not a nice guy.
Okay, that helps. That helps. Well,
And he kind of
Then what do you suggest?
and he walks over to you, and he walks over. He's like, allow me to introduce myself. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but eavesdrop on your conversation with him. But I figured if you were dealing with Shepard, it was best for me to just keep my nose in my own business.
Being opposite of what you were doing.
Well, now that he's gone, and I've noticed that you are off on some suicide missions. Well, I have to protect my dear Sally in this establishment, which I have grown very fond of.
Oh, why don't you pay it?
Point.
Because unfortunately, I do not have that.
Now, let me insist. I cannot let. Oh, I'm sorry. I insist. You cannot pay for me. I would not allow it.
It's
You don't have that choice anymore, I think.
Yes, I agree. No,
my name is Lythander.
Lythander. I'm Uzunor Thilrin. I will bow gloriously and expertly.
And he kind of, you know, like nods his head at all of you. It's like though I do not have the gold that that this establishment would need to get out of this debt to him. I think I do have a solution to your plight.
And that would be.
He kind of takes and he pulls a scroll out from his cloak and sets it down. Let's see, what was it? Let's see. Uh, ah, he pulls out a scroll and he sets it on the table, and there is the picture of a large or of a beautiful crown, um, and sitting on top of it is sitting on it is the largest ruby you've ever seen, at the very head of it. And he says, um, I believe the Black Prince's ruby might be the answer that we're looking for.
It's right there.
This
No,
ruby.
what's that?
And how do we go about acquiring this ruby?
Well, um, it is currently it is currently being transported and will be arriving at the eastern side of the city uh, at dawn tomorrow.
Are you proposing we steal this from?
Well, I guess to put it bluntly, unless you have a better option.
Sounded fine.
Can I make an insight check on this guy?
Okay.
First of all, I want to know if he's attractive.
Oh,
Right?
he's gorgeous
Fantastic.
and
I got
very muscular now.
a 14 insight. I just want to size him up, figure out how he fights. Does he have a weapon, armor? That might be perception.
He is in like, okay, so well, yeah, give me a perception. Armor and stuff is real easy to see. He's in a very heavy leather armor. It's definitely not made for travel. It's a little bit more ornate. It's more um ceremonial than something that someone would just be kind of traveling around in. It almost is a little bit too ornate even for battle.
And weapon? Do I not see a weapon?
Oh, yep. He has he has a single or well single double. He has a single long sword on his side.
And what was his name?
Lythander.
That name sounds familiar.
It does.
Well,
It
Lysander, would you be aiding us in this quest for this gem? And what are you looking for in return if we retrieve this diamond in payment for the salamander? Are you simply doing it for the graciousness of returning the salamander to Gummy and allowing the current situation to continue?
He's like I he's of course I'll do I definitely would want to contribute my part into saving this lovely establishment.
And you have no intentions of running away with the gem and cutting ties and leaving us to get caught?
Give me an insight check.
Oh yeah, you'd have to lose all your limbs if that happened.
I check too.
Oh, 19. I rolled 16 plus 3.
All right, let's get one from everybody. Let's see.
Where's my dice? That's 15 plus 8, 23.
Okay.
Oh,
Well. Oh, you might be a little bit struck. Maybe like he definitely seems really.
Killable.
he definitely looks killable. Yeah.
I mean, he looks.
I mean, he looks divine. Scrumptious.
He looks like a poor fighter.
Okay. So what was the night over there? What was your
Me?
pairing? Yeah.
Insight. I think I got a 7 on that.
Okay.
I really don't, and that's like the whole situation.
Well,
I don't
mean, you
know
might be.
what's going on. I don't see like a good righteous path, and I don't know.
For the most part, I mean, he does seem to be telling you the truth. He has a job. He feels like if like doing this, he definitely cannot do it himself. He's going to need help with to do it. And as long as everyone plays their parts and does their thing right, he doesn't seem like he has any trying to backstab you guys.
Well, to hear this plan, we are going to need a drink. Trust me, they have the best Long Island dragon teas ever. Come, let us drink and eat and discuss this plan of yours.
Are you?
Actually, this and as you said that, Gummy also says the same thing. Like both of y'all like look at him and go, "Are you paying?"
Well, Gummy, I imagine since we have come to an agreement of being protectors at Sure for your establishment and the salamander, that we would have carte blanche.
As far as I can tell, you've gotten me into more trouble.
Before we intervened, would you have had ownership of the sauna and Sally by dusk?
I would have had it for a few more days. I wouldn't have called him.
That's not the impression I got from the shepherd. He indicated that he was coming to take the bar. If we had not interceded, you would have, or the sauna.
Because I summoned him thinking you had the money.
Well, that is not our fault, Gummy. You have to understand. You have to take some of the blame. I mean, Shepard pointed it out. You didn't get your money up front.
He just grumpily just gets up. He's just frustrated. He's just like at this point he's just pissed. He just walks out of the room. The bar's right there. Walks out.
I mean, if anyone, he really should have been a better gambler if you think about it.
Come, Lythander, drink with me. I'll make you one.
Okay, so you sit down to pour some drinks into to hear the plan.
Yeah. Yes. Let's
In,
hear
in
the plan. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Um, get some. Go out on the street. I'm gonna track the other guy
no, he kind of
while
he
the story's going on.
as you're walking out, he says
I'm
it's a
I'm
six-man
going to
plan.
track
I'm going to
Shepherd.
we're going to need all of you, like as you're walking out the door.
Hmm?
He said, as you're walking out the door, he said it's a six-man plan. We're going to need we're all hands on deck in order to make it in order to
Okay, I'll stay and listen for this plan. That's fine.
he says, I see you have some you appear to be having some reservations. Would it happen because of a some sort of code of conduct that you were clinging to?
I mean, yes. I mean, I don't want to steal to pay my debts.
How have you lived so long with such strict morals? You have to understand that in this world, to survive, you must do what you must, and that good and evil are really a human invention. And I would think, as a long lived race, you would understand as much. Morality is an illusion created by man. Kill or be killed, eat or be eaten, fuck or be fucked.
I don't know about that last one.
Sure.
It is demonstrated time and time again. That is the way of the world.
I
You were going to kill a random
disagree.
dragon in the street. Your morals are a
I
little.
wasn't going to kill the random dragon. I said, "Oh, you're not the dragon I'm after. Let's have a conversation." He went crazy. I, I did not attack him. He fire breathed us. Are you all mad? This is maddening.
I am completely on your side. You have to understand. I am of like mind. That dragon was completely unprovoked. Almost killed you all. I would definitely dodged it as always. But he almost completely killed all of you, and that's my point. Kind of lost my train of thought.
Steal the diamond.
Ruby.
Yes. Plan, drinks,
Ruby.
food.
Yes,
Jen.
let's steal a ruby. Okay,
No,
that's fine.
you haven't heard the origins of this ruby or what family or organization is moving it. Maybe they are evil and etc.
Yes, maybe they're evil. Maybe Shepard's evil. Maybe Gumby's evil. Maybe you're all fucking evil, and I'm gonna kill you all. This is maddening. I don't know any of you, and
Take a drink.
I.
Take a drink. Relax. That's all you gotta do.
You have only known them for like 17 hours. And they're already pushing you to the limit.
I was having such a lovely time with Sally and the song, and I thought, oh, Uzinor, this man, I had an opinion of you that was, not favorable. I thought you were quite terrible, and then, oh, he's going to show us a good time. He's going to pay for our meal. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he is not so bad after all.
You have to understand. I assumed that I could pay for it. It's not my fault that I was aware of an exchange rate. I'm a millionaire where I'm from. It's astonishing the rate. You have to understand.
This place is quite confusing. Okay, the exchange rate. I buy it. That's fine. What's the plan? Let's steal the ruby, pay Gumby to kill Sally. I don't know. I don't know what the
Okay,
plan is.
so-
Just drag me
So
along.
first, we have to intercept the ruby before it makes its way to the orphanage, and they can use it to settle the affairs on their estate.
What? No.
I like it.
No.
You're,
I
the orphanage is obviously a front for some evil organization, and there are child slavery and all that.
all right.
Right,
Um,
right.
And he kind of stops and he looks. He's like, right, right, yes. I mean, that's why they call it the Black Prince's Ruby, because they're evil.
Exactly. Yes. Evil orphans.
evil.
Transporting this ruby, how many men? What are our roles?
Yes. Which organization is transporting the gem? How is it being transported?
When is it being transported?
It will be arriving. It'll be arriving here tomorrow morning. At dawn, it will make its way into the city. It'll be transported under a pretty heavy guard. They will most likely be be hauling it through the city inside an armored carriage, and making its way to let's see, what was that called? So it will be making its way to the home of Black Brick. He will be he is the proprietor that has recently recently sought to try to purchase it. Um, yes, the Black Brick family has had their hands in helping with certain lost boy orphanages or such, but let's try to ignore that for the time being. As of now, the ruby itself, if this helps you ease your conscience at all, um, doesn't belong to any of them. It was it has turned the legend behind it turned hands over many times in its long history. It's it has earned a rather blood blood soaked legend behind it. People fought and died over it for hundreds of years, and the Black Bricks have been only the more recent of its owners. Um, they should be bringing it into the city just a little after dawn. Where and we have a few choices in front of us. Trying to snatch it in the middle in transportation will be quite difficult, as it will be under the protection of heavily armored guards and inside an armored carriage. This itself is would be a feat that it would take an army to break such. Now, once it gets inside the Black Brick Mansion, chance of trying to get it there, but that's trying to break. But that would be the same as trying to break into an impenetrable fortress, one been um, that has been designed to not only keep people out, but also to protect many of its of its young, impressionable residents.
Okay, so if I'm picking up on this, it's an evil orphanage with like the people that run it are evil.
It is
Okay. All right. I will come along with this if I can free the orphan. So that's good. I can work with that. Just keep telling yourself, orphans, Terry. It's
It's
for
not.
the orphans, Terry.
Terry, it's
Don't
not an
listen.
orphanage. He was pulling your chain.
I don't want to hear any more. At this point, all you say is lies. It's for the orphan, Terry.
There you go. That's
all I need to say.
Whatever lies you need to tell yourself is fine.
We've heard all the ways we can't get the ruby. How can we?
Well, that's where I was hoping to find a little bit more out about you in ways that you can help with this. I've seen the times from watching you just in this past encounter. I see that we have that two of you are quick with your are quick with your tongues, but how
Indeed, I am.
how fare the rest of you in such it um looks over at you, and he looks over at Littlefoot, and he's like, I'm still trying to get my head around what your contribution to the group would be. And as he looks at Dean, he's just like, I have no idea what to think about you. But the Cavalier and shit, what was your what is your character stuff again? It's Tass, you're a ranger, you're a fighter, and you're fighter, cleric, rogue, right?
No, ranger, fighter, cleric.
Ranger, fighter, cleric. Okay, all right. Yeah, you're definitely battle hardened. So it's like the Cavalier and the Ranger are definite assets. And you with your quick wit and ability to talk, we might be able to find a way with to help to use you, but it's these two right here that I'm still trying to wrap my head around as he's kind of staring up at Littlefoot and then looking down at Dean, trying to think of the ways best to implement their qualities into a plan.
What if we somehow infiltrated the facility prior to the gem's arrival and took up the guise of guards and were the patrol in the facility waiting for the gem's arrival, and we lure them into the deception and they give us the gem?
That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. It would be almost impossible to get all of you in on the guards. Now you would have would would be most suited for that.
A man on the inside.
So let's go ahead.
I can be your man on the inside.
So why don't we go on ahead and we'll call it here. Pick up next time with this with her and trying to liberate the Black Princess Ruby.
Deal.
Sounds like a good idea.
We're stealing
All
it.
All right, guys. Well, hey everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to tune in next week, and we'll see where these guys end up next time. All right.